Hello, I'm Jessica Weifel, and I would like to welcome you to the instructional video for part 2 of the Scheepjes Festival of Lights Crochet Along. In this video, we will be working the square motif. The written pattern can be found on the Scheepjes website. A link will be in the description. If you haven't already, I recommend watching the introductory video. It covers materials, some tricks for staying organized, and a little bit about my inspiration when designing this blanket. In this video, I will be using US crochet terms. I will link the video with UK terms in the description. Round 1. We're going to begin round 1 by taking yarn A and wrapping it around 2 fingers to form a magic ring. Insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, and pull through a loop. Chain 1. This does not count as a stitch. Now make a beginning double crochet by making a single crochet, chain 1 into the magic ring. Chain 2 to form the corner space, and make 3 more double crochets into the ring. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we will repeat that chain 2, make 3 double crochets into the ring twice more. Chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2 more to make the 4th corner, and make 2 more double crochets to complete the 4th side. Close the magic ring by pulling gently on the starting tail. If you are making the Organicon version of this blanket, stop here and continue to round 2 where we will do the joining. If you are making the Metropolis version of this blanket, continue by needle joining. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 12 double crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. To needle join, we will cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail for weaving in your ends later. Then lift your loop until the yarn emerges from the stitch. Pop. And thread that tail onto a tapestry needle. Skip the first stitch, which is our beginning stitch, and insert the needle from front to back under both loops of the following stitch. In this case, it is the first chain of our 2 chain corner space. Reinsert the needle from where the yarn emerged, going under both of the back loops. Pull the yarn and adjust to make a false stitch identical in size. Since I already have my tail on the tapestry needle, I'm going to take a minute now to weave in my ends. I'm going to insert it down and through the center, down through the center, then bring it back up to the outer edge of the round. Now I'm going to weave it through in a few places in the back loop so that I can crochet over it in the next round. You can weave it through all the back loops of this round, or a few, or even just hold it there. The main idea is that we're going to crochet over it in round 2. Working with the starting tail, I prefer to weave in those ends by spinning it around the middle a few times. This reinforces the magic ring and makes it a little more secure. Once you've gone around the center a few times, you can bring it out to the outer edge and weave it through the back loops to crochet over as you did with the other tail, or you can leave it for the end and weave in as you would at the end of a motif. And that's round 1 completed. Round 2. If you're making the Organicon version of this blanket, begin by slip stitching into the beginning stitch of round 1. This will end round 1. Slip stitch into the 2 chain corner space, then make a beginning double crochet by making a single crochet into the 2 chain corner space and chaining 1. If you're making the Metropolis version of the kit, begin with a standing double crochet. To make a standing double crochet, you're going to place a slip knot on the hook, then make a double crochet as you normally would. Or you can use my alternative method and just wrap the yarn around the hook without making a slip knot. I do this so that I can remove the top portion of the stitch during the needle join. So make your standing double crochet in any of the 2 chain corner spaces. Continuing for both kits. Make 1 more double crochet into the same 2 chain corner space. Chain 2, then make 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain corner space. Now make 3 double crochets, working 1 in each stitch along the side. That's 1, 2, and 3. Repeat this around each corner and side. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 28 double crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Once again to needle join. We are going to cut a long tail, leaving enough room to sew in the ends later. Lift the loop until the end emerges from the stitch, pop, and thread the tail onto a tapestry needle. Skip the first stitch and insert the needle from front to back under both loops of the following stitch. If you made a standing stitch without a slip knot, you can gently lift and remove the top portion of the stitch. We are replacing this with the needle join. Reinsert your needle from where the yarn emerged from and under both back loops. Adjust to make a false stitch of the same size. Go ahead and crisscross your tails in the back, and then if you'd like, you can weave in your ends now. Because the next round is almost entirely back post stitches, we won't be able to weave in our ends to crochet over in the next round. Instead, I would recommend sewing them in at the bottom of the round or waiting until the end of the motif to weave in these ends. Round 3. We're going to begin round 3 with a standing back post single crochet around the first stitch of any side. So I'm going to place a slip knot on my hook and then make a back post single crochet around that first stitch of any side. So we go in through one side and out around the other, around this first stitch. When I first started crocheting, I was never sure if it should go above this third loop in the back or underneath it, but they should go underneath the third loop in the back. So now complete our back post single crochet. You can see how it goes around the post. And now make 6 more back post single crochets. That's 1 in each of the remaining stitches along the side. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the corner space, we're going to make 1 single crochet, chain 1, and 1 more single crochet. Repeat that all the way around. There should be 7 back post single crochets along each side and 2 single crochets with a chain in between in each corner. And when we get back to the beginning of the round, do not fasten off the yarn. Instead, we're going to join with a slip stitch. So just slip stitch right into the first stitch of the round. Before beginning the next round, check your stitch count. You should have 28 back post single crochets, 8 single crochets, and 4 chain 1 spaces. If you'd like, you can weave in your tail along the back bumps or back loops of all the stitches of this round so that you can crochet over it in the next round. For this one, I'm going to catch every loop. That way it doesn't confuse me when I get to actually the round after this round, as we'll be skipping some of our stitches in the next round. And that's round 3 complete. Round 4. We're going to begin round 4 with a beginning popcorn stitch in the next stitch. Make a beginning popcorn stitch by making a beginning double crochet, by making a single crochet in the next stitch and chaining 1. Then make 3 more double crochets into the same stitch. You should have 4 double crochets in that stitch, including the beginning double crochet. Now remove the hook from the loop and insert it front to back through the 1 chain space of the beginning double crochet. Pick up the loop again and pull it through. And that's your little popcorn completed. Now chain 2 and skip the next space. Then make another popcorn stitch into the following stitch. So we're going to make 4 double crochets into that stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove the hook from the loop, insert it front to back through the first stitch, pick up the loop again, and pull it through. Now we're going to repeat chain 2, skip 1 stitch, make 1 popcorn stitch 2 more times. Your last popcorn stitch should fall into the single crochet that is made in the corner space. Chain 4 for the corner. Skip the 1 chain space and make another popcorn stitch in the other single crochet that is in the corner space. Now repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 20 popcorn stitches, 4 4-chain spaces in each corner, and 16 2-chain spaces between each popcorn stitch. Once again, fasten off with a needle join. Cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail. Lift the loop until it emerges. Pop. And thread it onto a tapestry needle. Insert it into the back part of the popcorn stitch. You can go in about there. Pull it through and reinsert it from where it emerged. Now we can weave this end in by working back down through the popcorn stitch and sewing it in at the base of the popcorn stitches. Round 5. So to begin round 5, we're going to make a standing double crochet in the 1 chain corner space. To do this, place a slip knot on the hook. Then make our standing double crochet in the skipped 1 chain corner space from round 3. Chain 2, and make another double crochet in the same corner space. Make sure that you're working in front of the chain spaces from round 4. Now we're going to make a front post single crochet around the next popcorn stitch. So insert your hook behind the popcorn stitch, but in front of the chain spaces, and make a single crochet. Now we're going to make a double crochet in the skipped stitch between popcorns from round 3. When you're making the stitch, make sure that you're not accidentally extending your double crochet extra tall, as it will make your square a little too large, or make your center pop out of your square and not lay so flat. And again, you want to be working in front of the chain space. Continue this pattern, making front post single crochets around each popcorn, and double crochets in each of the skipped stitches between popcorn stitches from round 3. In the corner 1 chain space, make another double crochet, chain 2, and make another double crochet in the same corner space. And we're going to repeat that around all sides and corners. When you get to the very end, slip stitch into the very first standing double crochet. We'll be using the same color for the next round, so don't fasten off, but if you would like, you may weave in the starting tail along the back loops of this round so that you can crochet over them in the next round. Round 6. Round 6 uses the same color as round 5. Start with the beginning half double crochet. To make a beginning half double crochet, chain 1 and make a single crochet. I know this seems a little odd for a beginning stitch, but with a needle join, this will look just like a normal half double crochet. Make one more half double crochet into the corner space, chain 2, and make 2 more half double crochets in the same corner space. Skip the next stitch. This may be a bit hidden, and make half double crochets in each stitch along the side. This should be 10 half double crochets. When we get back to the next corner, make 2 more half double crochets into the corner space, chain 2, and make another 2 half double crochets into the same corner space. Skip that first stitch, it may be a bit hidden, and make half double crochets in each stitch along the side. Repeat this around each side and corner. When you get to the last stitch of the round, make sure that you are making that last half double crochet into the same stitch that the slip stitch join was made into. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 56 half double crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Once again, fasten off with a needle join. Cut the yarn, leaving a nice long tail. Then lift the loop until the yarn emerges from the stitch. Pop. And thread that yarn onto a tapestry needle. Skip the next stitch and insert the needle front to back through the following stitch under both loops. Pull the yarn through and reinsert the needle from where the tail emerged and under both loops in the back. Now your beginning half double crochet should look as intended. We will be working mainly in the back post in the next round. I recommend sewing this end in through the bottom of the round instead of along the top of the back loops and the stitches. Round 7. Begin round 7 with a standing single crochet in any 2 chain corner space. Chain 2 and make another single crochet in the same corner space. Now make back post single crochets around each stitch of the side. There should be 14 back post single crochets on a side. When you get to the next corner, make 1 single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in the same corner space. Repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 56 back post single crochets, 8 single crochets, and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Fasten off with a needle join. Round 8. Begin round 8 with a standing half double crochet in any corner chain space. Make a second half double crochet in the same corner space. Chain 2, and make 2 more half double crochets in the same corner space. Skip the first stitch, it might be slightly hidden, and make half double crochets in each stitch along the side. When you get to the next corner, make 2 more half double crochets in the corner space. Chain 2, and make 2 more half double crochets in the same space. Once again, skip the first stitch, it might be hidden, and repeat this around each side and corner. Before fastening off, check your stitch count. You should have 19 stitches on each side. In total, 76 half double crochets and 4 corner 2 chain spaces. Fasten off with a needle join. Since this is the last round, I recommend sewing in the ends at the bottom of the round instead of through the back loops. For this project, we will not be making a specific gauge swatch. Instead, the measurements for each motif will be provided. The square motif before blocking should be 9 centimeters square. You can also compare your square to the triangle. The square should be about the size of 2 triangles put together. You can try lining up the sides and see if they are roughly the same. Keep in mind this will improve with blocking. If you are concerned about yarn usage, weighing your motifs may be reassuring. My square motifs averaged about 7.3 grams in the Metropolis kit and 7.6 grams in the Organicon kit. The Metropolis kit has about a 15% buffer, so as long as your square motifs are less than 8.4 grams, you should have plenty of yarn. The Organicon kit has plenty of extra yarn. I talk more about gauge on my blog, but in general, find a hook that gives you results that are close enough, aim for consistency, and try not to stress about it too much. Small variations shouldn't cause much of a problem, and blocking will help even out inconsistencies. Thank you so much for joining me on this crochet along. I look forward to seeing all your progress. Please be sure to share in the Scheepjes Facebook group or on Instagram with the hashtag Festival of Lights Cal. And if you have made it this far, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I might benefit a small bit from any ads you had to watch during this video.